Ain't that the truth?
Ooh, it's cold.
It's a bit controlled, man. Be controlled, man.
Forest means in the background.
So the fire can you be able to do a controlled burn in here? It would definitely be a prescribed fire.
Might not fit under the air quality guidelines.
Oh, no, I'm gonna try and get my. Take your sweat. But you might not let me take.
Council, before I move into our regular meeting, I need a motion and a second that we adjourn our executive session.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Moats.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lane and by Ms. Spencer. All in favor? Thank you. It's time for me to call to order the regular meeting of Greenwood County Council for Tuesday, October the 15th, 2019. It is, let me also state that in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act, the date, the time, the location, and the agenda of this meeting has been posted on the front entrance of the Greenwood County Courthouse, also on the front entrance of the Greenwood County Library. A copy of that agenda has been made available to the media and also been posted on the county's website. I'm going to ask Councilman Mark Allison to give our invocation, which will be followed by our Pledge of Allegiance.
Would you please stand? Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the many blessings you've bestowed upon us as a nation, as a state, and as a county. We pray, Lord, that your spirit would rest upon our meeting tonight, that you would give us wisdom beyond our own knowledge to see into those things that we need to do that are in the best interest of those which you have entrusted us to serve. We pray that tonight in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, you have been provided a copy of the minutes for the October 1st, 2019 regular meeting. Are there any changes to those minutes? And if there are not, then would you give me a motion and a second to approve them?
So move, Chairman.
Motion by Mr. Lane, a second by Mr. Moats. All in favor? And those minutes stand approved. I'm going to ask council to join me below, and we're going to recognize our employees for the third quarter. Please join me.
Right. Good.
You guys. I'm going to ask Councilman Lane to pass out the certificate. I will call the names and ask you to come forward. Let us say that we do appreciate all you do for Greenwood County. So much for what you do every day. I say this every quarter, and I will continue to say it as long as I'm on council. We understand who does the work around here, and it's you folks. And you work hard, you work consistently, and you provide quality services to Greenwood County folks and those who come in within Greenwood County to visit. Thank you so much for what you do. We appreciate it very much. Our first person that we want to recognize is Lindsay Reynolds from the Assessor's Office.
Thank you, Lindsay. Congratulations.
Toby, come on, I didn't mean to leave you out. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Toby, come on.
Thank
We're gonna
you.
shake hands with Toby.
Thank you.
Thank you. How long you been with the county?
A little over a year and a half.
A little over a year and a half.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brooke Summer with the Clerk of Court.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. And how long have you been with the county?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations. Jamie Enlow, Magistrate's Office. I'll come back. I didn't forget. Jamie Enlow, is she here? What about Caridad Timmerman from the Probate's Office? Did I say that right?
Congratulations. Congratulations, man.
How long have you been with the county?
5 years.
5 years. 5 or 8. Brian Javert with Public Works. Josh Hood with the Sheriff's Department.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. Officers, thank you very much. Thanks, sir. Congratulations.
How long, Josh?
Coming up on lucky 13.
13. Good morning. And I did not forget about Tom Bishop.
Well deserved.
Here you wait, finally got recognized.
1,000 years. No, 7 years. 7 years.
Time passes when you're having fun. Our department head of the quarter is Brad Cuttle.
Man, don't play.
Good job.
That's right, you come and go. That's good.
How long? Month?
4 months. 4 months.
And our overall employee of the quarter is Lindsay Reynolds. With the assessor's office, and we all just got our tax notice.
Good job, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, congratulations.
Thank you.
And then we want to recognize our retirees of the third quarter, Derek Kinney. Derek's not here. Served from 9/30/1986 to 8/23/2019. That's almost as old as I am. And Judge Bart McGuire served from 2/21/1994 to 8/30/2019. Let's give everybody a hand. There are refreshments next door. Please help yourself. You're welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting, but if you want to leave, you can also do so.
Do I have to stay?
If it's that big, he's got to stay.
I have to stay.
Hey, you have to stay, man.
We couldn't do it.
Just put it on autopilot.
Just set it one direction. Just hit one.
We are happy to have with us tonight Sabrina Miller, Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club Update, Greenwood County. Welcome, Sabrina.
Good evening.
I have a friend who has the same name as you do.
I found that out the other day
He did.
when I went to Firestone, and they
Did
gave
they
me a
ask you
different
to sing?
address.
Because she said,
No, they didn't.
but you know what? She's a good person, and you're a good person, so we're glad to
I
have two
appreciate
Sabrina
that.
Rose.
I appreciate that. I was gonna see if she had any credits at first, but I didn't. She did,
Welcome to
so,
Brentwood County Council.
yes, thank you so much. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the council, Mr. Chappell. Thank you guys so much for having us here. We just wanted to come before you. Of course, say thank you again for the opportunity to bring Boys and Girls Club to Greenwood, and then just offer an update on what we've been up to so that you know that we've been doing good things with what you bestowed upon us. So, if you will. Our mission, of course, at the Boys and Girls Club is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens. We stand by that, trying to make sure that in everything that we do, we make it available to every student that needs us, irrespective of income. Of course, in our programs, we provide a safe place for kids to learn and grow, life-enhancing programs, but most of all, we provide hope and opportunities. We are, of course, under the auspice of the Crescent organization, which is out of Columbia, that has, overall, Boys and Girls Club has been serving youth since 1959. In our state, there are about 2,000 boys and girls that are served annually. And under the Crescent region is the Midlands, York County, Kershaw, Barnwell, of course, us, the Lakelands, and then Tri-County, which is new, came on board at the same time that we did. In Greenwood, we are presently in Hodges Elementary, we're in Matthews Elementary, we're in Rice, Springfield, and Woodfields, and we run our programs each day from 2:30 to 6:30 in the afternoon. Right now, we're serving about 150 youth in those programs, providing after-school services, and with the support of the food and nutrition services of the school district, we also provide them with a healthy snack and a hot meal each day. Our core program areas are, of course, character and leadership. We focus on education and careers, health and life skills, the arts, sports, fitness, and recreation. We have our first fall football tournament of all the kids that are enrolled in our after-school programs that will be happening in October 26th in Columbia, along with the Carolina Panthers. One of our greatest focus is on academics. We ensure that every student that attends our program, that they do their homework. Nationally, we have about 97% of our students completing their homework and about 87% of them getting A's and B's, which are statistics that we certainly hope to replicate here in the Lakelands. And then, of course, to bring you to the Josh Norman Teen Center, which we all are very excited about. We have started to receive the funding that was necessary to do this so that we can begin. It is our hope that with this teen center, we will serve about 4,000 youth, about 1,000 youth annually, and about 400 kids each day. In that center, offering them a sense of belonging, a sense of usefulness, a sense of influence, and a sense of competence. If you aren't familiar with what that facility will offer, it's about a 12,000-foot space that will house a lounge area for teens. It'll have a multi-purpose room, as well as a sound recording studio for you. So we're really excited about that. And of course, the programming for the Teen Center will be that teens will come. There will be volunteers, we hope, from the community that will come in and offer an array of activities that teens can partake of. And hopefully that will bring a diverse range of things that they can gain an interest in and gain access to different areas, careers, and those different kinds of things. Boys and Girls Club is unique in that we are able to serve youth from ages about 5 up until about 18, because we serve them in the elementary, the Be Great program in the elementary and the middle. We don't have any middle schools here in Greenwood, but across the state there are other middle school programs that are involved. And then, of course, in our standalone teen centers, which is what the Norman Teen Center will be, we serve kids until they are about 18. I'm going to look at my notes to share with you some things about our funding. Of course, all of our leases have been signed for this, and we are ready to start scheduling the removal of some of the items for demolition in the Wakefield building, which is where the Teen Center will be housed. We've got, our commitments from Josh and some other funders have been fulfilled. This is a $1.3 million project, and right now we have about $1.5 million. So we are still working to raise those other funds. But the project is mostly funded, and we're just looking for additional commitments. But we're confident in our abilities to, of course, raise this money. And for the community that will rally around us and get involved. We've had some great support from throughout the community, so we're really excited about that.
So Brandon, let me interrupt you, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
You said 1.3 and 1.5.
We have, it's a $1.3 million project. We have about $1.5 million. Right, like, yeah, 1 million.
Oh, 1,500,000.
Yeah, 1 million,
Thank you,
yes.
thank you.
That's what confused me.
So, yeah, so no, we're not over. We still need some things. So, want to make that clear. But when we envisioned this project, we certainly envisioned it to be a community project where there were opportunities for a lot of local citizens to get involved, whether that was through funding or volunteering or any other different kinds of support. So, and we have been trying to stress how important it is for the community to rally around and support us. So we are identifying additional diverse funding opportunities that are local, statewide, and national. Boys and Girls Club is under the auspice of Boys and Girls Club of America, so there are some funding opportunities that are presented to us from there that we will also take advantage of to help us in this project. And so we anticipate to start the permitting process in about the next 60 days, and then to start the actual construction at the building in about January with a summer 2020 completion date is what we hope for. So we are committed to using local funding, local products, and everything to complete this project. So we're really excited about what that will bring. So far, we've been able to employ about 24 employees in our different sites. And so we're excited about the opportunity to do that. And we are just asking for the continued support of you guys and then just also from the community. So we wanted to let you know that we were very appreciative of the opportunity that you've given us, and we wanted to make sure that we kept you abreast of what was happening with it. So I'll answer any questions if anybody has any.
I noticed that when you talk about, working with the schools, the four that you named are all in School District 50.
Yes.
Are there any plans to reach out to the other two school districts? I mean, is this part of the future plans?
There are. The idea in naming it the Lakelands was to think about starting in Greenwood, getting that solidified, and then moving out into the other districts and then some of these surrounding communities also.
Well, I don't have a question. I just, one day when you got time, I would love to go around to one of your sites,
Okay.
and just see what they're doing.
Okay, I will call you.
Any other questions, comments by council?
Yes, sir, Chairman. Sabrina,
Yes.
specifically the middle schools, is there any reason particularly that we don't have established programs or not have been able to work anything into the middle schools?
It is my understanding that the YMCA is presently providing programming for the middle schools here in Greenwood. And so because of that, we have not attempted to provide services where they are currently working.
So the B grade program in the lower grades was determined to be the most critical.
Yes.
How about your ability to, as you've employed those 28 or whatever, have you been pleased with your ability to employ the caliber of people and type people you want to here in Greenwood County?
We've identified some gaps that I had a meeting with some persons at Piedmont Tech the other day. Just a greater focus on customer service, potentially youth development, some things that we could, see how we could beef up the offerings for that in the local college, because that certainly is a need as we continue to grow programs such as ours. So that might be something that, we would like to see more of.
Well, thank you for everything you're doing. As I know council is, I'm just delighted that you're in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
I won't say this meaning to be negative, I'm sure some will think it will be, but I'm very interested in making sure my district is basically School District 52.
Yes.
So I want to see the children in my district served also. So that's what I understood our program would be. Maybe not day one, but at some point in time, it would be expanded and the children in School District 52 would have the same opportunities that y'all are providing, and I love what you're doing, so it's not, but the children in my district needs to be served. Mr. Allison's in, we're basically 96 School District 52. Mr. Lane is Washoe School District 51, so
Okay.
we have a bunch of kids that need the same services that are provided here in Greenwood, so any way to expand it, any way to address our kids, you're gonna hear that from me from this point forward.
I appreciate that. And that is certainly the idea. What we felt like we needed to do was get Greenwood up and running and get it solid and ensure that we understood the necessary training, the necessary resources, the necessary opportunities that would go into that to make sure that as we expanded, we could do it robust and do it with fidelity.
And I fully accept that, and that's a great explanation, just, you hear me, so.
I heard you.
Okay.
All right.
And Chairman,
Thank you, Chairman.
Carter Clark and I, his state director, I think you met him, he and I met with Superintendent Sprouse. So Ware Shoals is fully aware of those benefits. I don't know how long it's gonna take to incorporate them, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do, and thank you for
Thank
your
you.
report. Please come back.
I will do that. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Our next item of business is consideration of rehabilitated historical property final certification for 4-3, Unit 302. Phil, do you need to add anything? You got something, Mr. Manager?
Mr. Chairman, the amended agenda actually has United Way next.
It does, I'm sorry. I got it on there. My bad. Proclamation regarding the United Way of Greenwood serving as lead to Greenwood County Census 2020. Please come forward. And I apologize for overlooking.
No worries. Good evening, Mr. Chair and Council and Joby staff. Thank you for having me here this evening. We have been asking and working with the U.S. Census team that has come to Greenwood and up to the upstate overall. They've met with us on several occasions and have asked us to seek formal approval from the County Council for us to move forward as being the lead and chair for a county committee for the Census Counts, Complete Counts Committee is what it's called. And so we're approaching now today the council to get a formal proclamation to be able to move forward and do that.
Council, you have the proclamation in your packet. May I read it? Proclamation supporting the United Way of Greenwood and Abbeville to lead the Complete Count Committee for the Greenwood County Census 2020. Whereas the United States of America has performed a nationwide census every 10 years since 1790, with the last census being 2010. Whereas more than $765 billion per year in federal and state funding is allocated to states and communities based on census data. Whereas an accurate census count is vital to determining where to locate schools, child care centers, roads and public transportation, hospitals and other facilities, and for making decisions concerning business growth and housing needs. And whereas the 2020 census creates jobs that stimulate economic growth and increase employment opportunities in our community. And whereas census data ensures fair congressional representation in the U.S. House of Representatives and in redistricting state legislatures, county and city councils, and school and voting districts. Now therefore be it resolved by Greenwood County that Greenwood County Council supports the United Way of Greenwood and Abbeville to lead the Complete County Committee for Greenwood County and their commitment to partner with the U.S. Census Bureau to help ensure a full and accurate count in 2020. As a 2020 census partner, the United Way of Greenwood and Abbeville will, 1, encourage the people of Greenwood County to place an emphasis on the 2020 census and participate in events and initiatives that will raise overall awareness of the 2020 census and ensure a full and accurate census. 2, support the goals and ideals for the 2020 census and will disseminate 2020 census information to encourage those in our community to participate. And 3, support census takers as they help our community complete an accurate count. Be it further proclaimed, Greenwood County Council does hereby proclaim on this, the 15th date of October 2019. That is the proclamation. Do you have anything else to add to us?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I already started battling for some more monies for Greenwood. I think it's really important that the census be done passionately this year, if not very, very strongly, because in the last count, we were at 79% response rate, which is rather low, and the community around United Way was 69.8%. That's way too low for this community and the needs that we have, so the battle's begun.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Council, do you have any questions or comments? Are you ready to approve this proclamation? Do I have a motion?
So moved, Chairman.
Second.
Mr. Lane, Mr. Templeton seconded. All in favor? Thank you very much, and thank you for your help with this. It is very important, and anything that we can do, please let us know. We'll be doing
Thank you
our
so
part.
much, we greatly appreciate it.
Now, consideration of rehabilitated historical property final certification for Floor Tree, Unit 302. Phil Lindler, anything you'd like to add, Phil?
Everything's the same as from your last meeting.
Any questions, council?
I'd offer your motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Mr. Templeton,
Second, Chairman.
second by Mr. Lane. You ready to vote? All in favor? Thank you. Resolution 2019-23, to consider the support of the South Carolina Forestry Commission and prescribed fire. You heard the explanation by Mr. Curry at the Administration and Finance Committee meeting, and I will not read that proclamation, but it's a resolution, and it's a resolution. The Greenwood County Council supports the South Carolina Forestry Commission, the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, Clemson University, the Nature Conservants, the South Carolina Prescribed Fire Council, and others as they strive to provide educational and technical assistance to landowners in an effort to recognize the benefits listed above. That is the resolution. Any questions or comments before we vote? Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Mr. Allison, a second by Ms. Spencer. All in favor of this resolution? Thank you. The next is a resolution 2019-24 to transfer funds from the Fire Reserve Fund to the All Fire Operating Fund. You heard Derek Oliver, who is the interim EMS director, give us an explanation in the Finance Committee meeting, telling us that this is basically monies that has been transferred from the prior year over to this year. We had some matching monies for a fire truck that was purchased, and in that meeting, I think we said it was Hodges, but it came to note that it's really where it shows. It is where it shows. It is where it shows. If you have any questions, we can have the manager or Mr. Oliver to answer them. Are you ready to vote? Do I have a motion and second?
So moved, Chairman.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Lane and a second by Mr. Allison. All in favor? And that resolution is approved. At this time, I'm going to call Adam Benson forward, and I'm going to join him down on the floor. You've been putting us on the spot all these years.
I know, just take your time.
This is your last meeting with us,
Yes, sir.
and when are you leaving?
My last day is Thursday, and I leave town on the 26th.
Okay, we wanted to recognize you, and so we had this resolution prepared, and it's a resolution recognizing Adam Benson for his journalism with the Index Journal and reporting for Greenwood County government. Whereas Adam Benson joined the Index Journal on May the 23rd, 2016, and served his first meeting with Greenwood County Council on June the 7th, 2016. And whereas Mr. Benson began his reporting services at Greenwood County Council meetings from the beginning with professionalism and respect. Whereas Mr. Benson developed a professional relationship with county officials, including the county manager and county council, in order to keep the citizens abreast of issues within the county. Whereas Mr. Benson showed compassion and empathy in his reporting of solemn events in the community, as well as joy and excitement during the reporting of celebratory events. Whereas Mr. Benson joined groups from the community providing services to those in need after natural disasters. And whereas Mr. Benson made Greenwood County his home for the past 3 years and became an interwoven piece of the community. Now you're moving to Richland County.
Yeah. You buried the lead, though. That's good. I appreciate it.
Now therefore be it resolved by the Greenwood County Council and duly assembled as follows. Greenwood County Council acknowledges media's vital role in ensuring a well-informed and engaged citizenry and thanks Adam Benson for his representation of Greenwood County. Greenwood County Council expresses its sincere best wishes to Adam Benson on his professional journey as he leaves the Index Journal. This resolution shall become effective upon the enactment by a majority of the members of the County Council present and voting, passed and approved this 15th day of October 2019. So before you leave, Council, do I have a motion and a second to approve this resolution?
I'll happily make that motion, sir.
I have a motion by Mr. Moses, second by Ms. Spencer, all in favor, and the resolution is approved. We just want to say thank you for everything. As I told you last week, we hadn't always agreed, but we're not supposed to agree.
Yeah.
We're supposed to think and have our own thoughts about different things. But you have been good to us. It has been our pleasure to work with you. And we sincerely wish you the best.
That means, this really means a lot to me. And I want to say for the record, since this is being recorded, that we might not always see eye to eye, but in the time that I've been in Greenwood County, I've found that my professional and personal dealings with county government have been nothing but transparent and respectful and conducted with the utmost integrity.
Well,
You know, the job always has to come first, whether we agree or not. But this is my absolute honor to do this in this role. And I think the citizens of Greenwood County are incredibly well served by this body and the county manager.
well, I'm going to predict something. In a year from now, after you've been in Richland County for a year,
I'm going to miss it.
You don't really love us.
come back and tell us how good you did.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Adam, I didn't say it. You wanted to say anything else before we move on?
I think I'm going to miss Rafita's hats the most, which she was here. But no, this really does mean a lot to me. I'm not really comfortable being the center of attention, but it's only fair, like you said. So I think the Index Journal and the county are going to be in good hands when I'm gone, and I will miss everybody. But you'll also be seeing me around, so it's not really goodbye.
Have I omitted anything else? Are we ready for district reports? Mr. Allison?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just like to extend an invitation to all of council to come to 96. If you look on the screen, I don't know whether you've been watching the news or not, but the tourism director in 96 came up with an idea to do a scarecrow exhibit by each business in 96. And a lot of people got involved in it. Noticing a lot of people coming to town to see these. I was down there today, and I noticed that a few weeks ago, Fox Carolina was down there today, News Channel 4. So 96 will make news again tonight. Stay up at 11 o'clock tonight. Be sure you see us on the news. And also, I wanted to point this out to Mr. Lane. This is Duke Energy's pole climber. They might want to go check on him. He's been down there on that pole for about 3 weeks now.
He's making overtime.
But this was actually one of the winners. They awarded winners for the different exhibits at Duke Energy. I want to congratulate Mr. Lane and Duke Energy on their win for this exhibit, and it is really something to see. It's worth their time to drive down and take a look at.
I gotta take pictures.
But we've had several businesses, even from Greenwood, to come down. Duke Energy, U.S. Postal Service has done several exhibits down there. So we invite you down. Also, just want to mention that the money pages, the final quarter, October, November, December issue is out, and in this issue is a itinerary of the events that will be going on in 96 during the holiday season. 96 is a cool place to be during the holidays. They do some carriage rides, they're doing some haunted house or haunted tours and things during Halloween. So just putting the plug in for my hometown, 96. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
If any of y'all were wondering, I didn't take the picture because of the award. I took the picture because I didn't realize we had anybody still climb a pole. Got evidence now.
Ms. Spencer?
That's right.
Oswald in District 3, besides all the noise that was in my backyard at Piedmont Tech and all the dirt being moved, we finally get to see a building construction and it's looking good.
Mr. Moe? All's well in District 4, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Templeton?
All's well in District 6, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Mr. Lane?
I want to thank the county staff, Toby, and probably the attorney too, because the young Christian, the young man, the Eagle Scout, he gave us the presentation during our admin and finance meeting. What he didn't say is that, and some of you may know, if you get your Eagle Scout award, you have to do it before your 18th birthday. And that schedule he set for us runs right up to his 18th birthday. And I was really happy when the county attorney told me that we weren't going to have a whole lot of inspections and bureaucratic delays to let that project happen. So thank you, Elizabeth. That is my report, Chair.
Thank you. Let the record show that Sheriff Kelly is in attendance tonight. Glad to have you. And our county treasurer made a report in our finance committee meeting, and she is in the meeting with us, and we appreciate having her aboard and the report that she made to us, and all of you other folks, Derek and everybody else that works with the county. Thank you for all of your hard work. Mr. Curry, we recognize you folks for your great work too. You part of that group out there that doesn't get seen much, but provides a very special and critical service to our folks. And we thank you much. To everyone, thank you for being here. We do not need to go back into executive session tonight. Before I do, County Manager, do you have a report?
Very briefly, Mr. Chairman, pursuant to our procurement policy, we had to make a $52,000 unbudgeted purchase. It was to repair an 826H compactor in Public Works.
Does that need to be voted on?
No, I have to notify you.
All right. Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Madam Attorney?
Nothing, sir. I'll keep it.
Madam Clerk? Anything else?
I guess so. We need to. No, okay, no, we're good.
She was gonna tell y'all to participate in the team of the cleanup, but I told her to, you told me to tell her. It's about to go in a full circle.
No, we gotta go in a circle. We're good.
All right. All right. If there's nothing else, then we stand adjourned.
Remember, I gotta go.